Hey guys, thank you so much for joining us today on ANOKHI Daily Spotlight TV. I'm super excited because I have Andrew Murphy here, and he's the Director of Programming for the Inside Out LGBT Film Festival. And for those of you who don't know what LGBT is, it's lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender. So Andrew, tell me a little bit about the festival and what makes it so unique.
Inside Out had its humble beginnings back in 1991. It started as a small collective of filmmakers and queer artists who needed to find an outlet to exhibit their art and their films and their short works to their community. So it became, in a sense, a safe environment for people to see films about their community. And over the years, we're now 23 years strong, so yes. We're now an 11-day festival with an audience of over 30,000 people.
Andrew, one of the reasons why I wanted to speak to you today is because I believe our South Asian community needs to open up the conversation to the LGBT community. You know, there's members of the LGBT community all around the world, all walks of life, and in our community as well, whether we like to admit it or not. And you know, how do you balance that sensitivity in your programming when it comes to the ethnic communities and the cultures?
Well, more than ever, you know, I think people are starting to tell their stories from, you know, all pockets of the world. So, you know, a great example this year, there's a film from a young Indian filmmaker from Bangladesh who has made this documentary called The Unclaimed. And it's a very sad story, but the story itself is a jumping off point to open the dialogue about the very issue of LGBT relationships and people within that community. And the story is about two young women fall in love, and they're very much in love, and one has been promised in an arranged marriage from her family. Yeah. And the husband-to-be forbids her to see her girlfriend, and they feel that that is unbearable enough that they decide to commit suicide together.
Okay. So that film is very important then to the South Asian community because when you're speaking to their friends and their family members, it really provides multiple perspectives. I think many perspectives which my mom or my dad or some of our friends and our relatives can relate to as well. So what has the feedback been like from the general public when it's come to these sort of films, regional films, films dealing with the experience in a cultural context?
A lot of people tend to have an idea that, you know, an LGBT film festival is nothing but like sex on screen and lots of fun.
That age-old stereotype.
Yeah, so, you know, not every film is a Queer as Folk episode. It's part of our duty to be out there and challenge these attitudes and try to help change lives. You know, for people that may not have the opportunity to or be exposed to this. You know, they come to the festival and they can see and learn, and we just want to be there to help open up that dialogue.
23 years old. What makes this year's programming unique?
Like, I'm not 23.
Well, the festival.
Thank you.
So what makes the programming unique this year?
Well, you know, again, I think, you know, some of our special programming, we have an international spotlight on LGBT rights. So again, looking at film like The Unclaimed. We've also have a narrative film in there from a Kathmandu filmmaker called Sungava, Dance of the Orchids, and that looks at a same-sex relationship as well, and it's the first of its kind to come out of that part of, you know, Nepal. And so, you know, we try to break ground in those ways, and I think that, you know, offering that balance of, you know, issue-driven films, dialogue-driven films, but as well just having a lot of fun.
And for more on the Inside Out LGBT Film Festival, you can check out insideout.ca. And for more of our show, you can catch us online at anokhimedia.com and our YouTube channel. And we want to know what you think about the Inside Out Film Festival. Join the conversation on Facebook and Twitter.